That's terrible. He didn't. Oh my God, that is so bad. You must feel terrible. Tell me a bit more about it. Do you know, I was actually, someone on the phone, a little bit upset, but I was at the markets the other day and I was actually buying these nuts, right? And they're like $400 a thing, but one was raw and one was unraw and, you know, in some sort of paste. And I said to the girl, what's the difference between, you know, both of them? And she goes, well, the ones that have been cooked have been traumatized and they actually taste better. And I thought, isn't that interesting? It's like people that have actually suffered and been traumatized actually become more interesting. Just a minute. I know. I'm so, I can't believe he did that to you. That is unfair. I know. Well, yeah, how are you feeling now? But, you know, there are some people that actually haven't experienced. Have you ever known anyone? I have, you know, known people that haven't really suffered. You know, I'm not talking you have to suffer. You know, there is a point where it could tip you over the edge, but I really do believe that, you know, it's not like you line up. No one lines up for suffering to meet your emotional milestones, but somehow that little bit of trauma, that heartbreak, that disappointment, that missing out, that something that goes deep into your soul, you know, the suffering somehow tends to make you a slightly better person. It's sort of like what happens to you as a person, how you choose to respond, the resilience, the whether you choose to become a victim, whether you choose to process it, whether you choose to become bitter. These are choices you make and they are choices about your personhood. It's really amazing. Like I knew this woman on the phone now actually. Like she's never had a heartbroken woman in her 40s, like never. I know. It's okay, just breathe for a while, you'll be okay. I know. Yeah, it does hurt, doesn't it? Yeah, it's really... How long? Oh, up to a year. Yeah, no, a year. Yeah, it's longer than a week. I know. What an asshole. But there's that, like this woman, she's like, she has never had a heartbroken, like in her 40s. Can you believe that? Getting to your 40s and never having experienced that. And I think she's thought for years that all her girlfriends that keep sort of, you know, turning up with, you know, bereft when their hearts are broken or something terrible's happened. I think that she's thought they're just a bunch of, you know, kind of overly dramatic sort of, you know, drama queens. You know, you go, oh, you know, and now she realises that they really were upset about something, that having your heart broken really hurts. Like, you don't actually really get hurt unless you actually really love someone or something. I know. It's hard to believe it. You will get over it, yeah. Well, I know. I know he shouldn't have. And I know you should have. Oh, I don't know. People think it's funny, isn't it? They go on and on. Now, this conversation's okay. But if she's still talking like this in 6 months' time, you start to think, and you know the friends that do that, you go, oh, for fuck's sake, no wonder he left you. You're such a fucking boring bitch. Move on. You know, but you can't say that to her. No, I didn't say anything. It was nothing. It was the dog. You can't say that because that would be a betrayal of the sisterhood. And which one of us hasn't at some point been that fucking stupid bitch that has gone on about something relentlessly until you realise, I know. Yeah, it'll be okay. Yeah. But, you know, it is that thing where I think you actually do become more interesting. I mean, I'm not being the poster girl for suffering, but you look around in the world and you think the people that are really amazing out there are the people that have had to live through hardship. You know, refugees, political prisoners of any description, Nelson Mandela, you know, amazing people that are born with disabilities, people that have car accidents and then have to cope with a disfigurement or some sort of, you know, physical or brain injury, you know, sort of, you know, people that lose their children, orphans, widows, you know, people that experience loss and then have to find a way to live a life without bitterness and fear. Now, that is an amazing person, and they are the people. They should be our heroes, not sports stars that get paid a lot of money. I mean, why would you look up to... Anyone can be successful. It takes real, you know, it takes being a real hero to actually live a life and cope with pain and sadness and be a good person still. I know, he is an asshole. Oh, I know. I know, yeah. Stop crying. You don't have... I know, you'll cry for a while. Gets a bit boring though, doesn't it? But anyway, I do think that is the key to being a nice person at the end of the day, is sort of celebrating your suffering a little bit. Like, I know at the time it's bad, but in the middle of those deep carpet sobs where you think you can't go on, where you can't get any lower, just remember, in a year, maybe 2, maybe even 10. If you work at it in the right way, you might become a nicer person. How's that? Either that or you're consumed with rage and bitterness. I know. No, don't go over there. I think it's illegal. Yeah. No, you can't break in. I know. It's going to take her a while. Yeah. I didn't know. I would have told you. Of course I knew. Everyone knows. Yeah. Well, maybe you should go away. Yeah, get away from me. Look, I've got to go. Something's outside. Outside, yeah. One of the kids is choking. Fallen over, broken a leg. Done something, yeah. I'd love to talk more about how you're feeling right now, but one of the kids is really sick. Okay, yeah. Bye. Couldn't get off the phone. Maybe I'm not a nice person.